Hello again. 2-point hand Triquotra. Yeah. Not an easy move, huh? Not an easy move to learn and not an easy move to teach. It's a move that everybody wants to learn, and I understand. It's cool. The 3-point possibilities are amazing. And it really feels good when you can do that. So I would like to share this with you and hopefully help you to get there. What you need to know in order to do that. Definitely you have to have a good 2-point hand butterfly. At the same time, your plans shouldn't be kind of bending, this shouldn't be happening. It's happening. You know what you should do? Practice more. Yeah. And learn to not to let that happen by really focusing on the pinky poi and working against the tendency to, which makes you do this in this weird horizontal plane. So really working on fixing that. Perhaps taking the butterfly and putting it above the head and then bringing it back. It's gonna help you to explore this, you know, these powers that you need to counterbend it when it happens naturally. And you should also do somehow, should be able to do somehow the split time version of it also. Because essentially what happens in this move is that you're going between both same time and split time butterfly. And it is a continuous transition between the two. As it's 2 circles versus 1, because Triquotra, as you know, if you watch my tutorial, has 2 circles, right? And the extension obviously has a 1 circle. So that means that there cannot be just split time or just same time. It's a hybrid timing. So I'm going between split time and same time continuously. And particularly here on top, it's same time. And here at the bottom, it's split time. So you should kind of know both, I guess. But typically, people struggle with this. And it's not like you have to be able to do this here at the bottom forever. You should just be able to do it somehow. Let's say, and mainly you should be able to transition from same time to split time and back into same time. And then that's what you're gonna unfold into the Triquotra. So there are several ways you can do this move, right? Either you can have the extension poi in the thumb side of the hand. It's the thumb poi that is an extension, the pinky one in Antispin, or the other way around. For me, I first learned the one with the pinky in Antispin and thumb in extension, and I think this one is easier because it's actually more difficult to do the extension than to do the Antispin, because the extension is slow, right? It's happening very slowly because it's 2 versus 1 circle. So of course that poi tends to go wrong in so many different ways. If I do it like this, my pinky poi suffers a little bit, as I'm struggling to keep it nice and not messy. So now I'm going to be focusing just on the way with pinky doing antispin and thumb doing extension. In inwards, kind of. Like this. Up. So now there are 2 ways you can learn this. I'm going to show both, and hopefully one of them or a bit from each is going to help you. It's going to finally make you do that. One way is to try to apply the same technique which you can use to learn the regular Triquotra, because it's 2 versus 1 circle. When you're learning the regular Triquotra, if you manage to do 2 circles versus 1, let's say you want to have the left hand doing antispin and the right doing extension, and if you manage to do this when your left is doing 2 circles and the right hand is doing 1, then when you start circling your arms, it will start, you know, the faster poi, the left, it's gonna become Triquotra. And this you can try with 2-point hand too, but I'm not sure if this is easier than the other method. But just give it a try, because this is a shortcut. If you can do this, then you know, maybe you're like one of the lucky ones who can do that somehow, and then you just unfold that into anti-spin, and voila, you're there. But I really don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So what you want to do is like start at the same time, and then go into split time and back same time, and kind of like do this, you know, 2 circles while the thumb one is doing 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and you know they meet here on top every second circle of the pinky. Since here on top it is the same butterfly I can already do, I have to change my hands. This hurts. Get some lighter poi for that. I think like, you know, just when you're trying to do the 2 circles in the pinky like faster than the right one, it will naturally start unfolding into a triquotra, because it's more easy to do that when the arms actually extended. So here on top, it's the same butterfly I can already do, and here down, when the thumb poi swings downwards, there is kind of a split timing. Yeah. Well, so this is one way, and the other is basically using the same tools, but not so much focusing on doing 2 versus 1, rather focusing on doing the same time here on top and split time here at the bottom. So same time, and I go down into split time, and then from here back to same time. So same time, split time, same time. But it's down here when you're in split time where you have to speed up with the pinky poi, and you have to manage to get it like going up first, and it kind of feels like the extension poi follows kind of, and then it kind of folds over. So as I go up, I'm kind of going over the pinky, and the thumb then folds over. So it's like split time, same time, split time, same, split time, same time. There is this feeling when the extension poi arrives on the top, where it goes from the top. And that's also going to guarantee that you're not doing it wrong, that you're not doing 1 circle of the pinky less. So when you're here doing split time, you go up, and here it falls from the top. What really helps is realizing how the plane works, because obviously, just like in a normal butterfly, the 2 planes have to be slightly, they can't be exactly the same, obviously, right? Otherwise the poi would the poi would hit. You know what can happen, right, boys? It's really bad, so you don't want that to happen. So you know, when you look at the normal butterfly, you see my right hand is a little bit diagonal in this way. If I overdo it, left a little bit in this way. It's also why typically when you're doing it with the right on top, this happens, like I already mentioned. So you don't want that to happen, but you still want this right one, the thumb poi, which is, you know, in your right thumb. It's kind of gonna be doing the same thing when the left joins. You want that to be a little bit diagonal. So then when you do the butterfly in one hand, it's the same, right? And it's the same regardless that there are 2 circles versus 1 in the triquotra. As you see, when the poi are passing like here on top, it's the pinky, which is, and this is when it's good to have 2 different poi. Here on top you can see that it's the pinky, the sock poi is the pinky. The pinky is on top and the thumb is on my side. So the pinky is outside and the thumb is inside. And when the poi are meeting at the bottom, you see that it is the thumb, which is in front, the contact point, and the pinky point is inside. And exactly the same thing happens when you do it in one hand. So you can now see how the thumb point finds its way through the Triquotra. So it's really about learning to slow down the thumb point when it comes up, to allow the pinky point to do this half circle extra, because there's a, since there's 2 and 1 circle, the pinky point adds 1/2 on its way down, and then 1/2 on its way up. So there has to be extra time for the thumb point to stay away, or to allow, the pinky point to add that extra half. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So this is probably, not probably, this is for sure going to take you some time. And you might have to rewatch this tutorial and maybe focus on different bits that I say, particularly the fact that it's 2 versus 1 circle. The more you're going to be thinking about it, at some point it's going to be, yeah, the downswings, I can feel them, they're 2 versus 1, and you might suddenly be able to do that somehow, or what I just said, like how the thumb point, I switch them, how the thumb point flips over, falls down here, buff the pinky one. Or maybe the diagonality of it is going to help you, just focusing on the thumb point being a little bit diagonal in case you're hitting yourself. Yeah, try to experiment with different lengths or sizes of it, so the amount of extension of your arm. You can extend it a lot, but it's gonna make it easier for the extension point, but it's gonna make it more difficult for the antispin point. Or smaller, which is gonna be easier for it's gonna be a little bit easier for the antispin, but more difficult for the timing and for the extension point, because it's gonna have less size to do its one circle, right? So all these bits are just going to hopefully come together at some point after weeks or months of practice. And you'll make it. You'll have your one-handed Triquotra down. Then you can work your way slowly towards turning with the thing. And towards my very favorite move, the Triquotra 3-point weave. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed it, and don't feel frustrated, it doesn't work. And I'm happy to help you with this. You can post in the group, send me a video, something. I'll try to, maybe you'll give me some tips on how to teach this better. Because yeah, it's not an easy move to teach really. I say that about every move I know, but this one somehow it's relatively unexplored when it comes to teaching methods. Alright, bonne soirée.